Okay. Now, for after you get all that done, you pretty much need to roll into the stage instruments and microphones. The Snake is labeled. Just plug in everything accordingly. Channel 1 on the board, channel 1 on the Snake seems to be having a high-pitched squeal issue. If you need to use it, do it. If not, oh well. It's just kind of annoying more than anything. Plug your vocalists into the vocals using the SM58 betas or the SM58s, whatever kind of microphone we have. The 58s, not the 57s. The 58s are the big bulbous round ones. 57s kind of the narrower, they're maybe like an inch in diameter. Those are an instrument mic. The 58s are a vocal mic. Plug in the vocal mic using the XLR or /mic cable. Run it down the mic stand. Run it back to the Snake and plug it in accordingly. It's labeled lead 1, lead 2, vocal 1, or backup vocal 1, backup vocal 2, and I think backup vocal 3. Use whatever you have to use to make it work, okay? Instruments. Electric guitars, pianos, electric pianos, keyboards, any type of instrument, bass that is amplified or has an electric signal running through it. You're going to use a direct box. A direct box will take the 1/4 inch input from the instrument to the direct box. The owner of the instrument will be able to help you out with that, so it's not a big deal if you don't know what I'm talking about right now. And then you just take an XLR /mic cable from the direct box and plug it into the Snake in the recording area. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can even plug one in, go check it, or you can plug them all in and then go check them. Whichever way works for you, doesn't matter. Once you get back to the soundboard, after you've plugged in an input, we'll say a mic, have someone up there in the mic testing it out for you. On whatever channel it is, say it's channel 2, we'll use channel 2 as an example, it's channel 2 mic. You plug it in. At the top of the board you have your head amp or your gain. Come down, you have your EQs, then you'll have your aux sends. FX1 is your talent, as we call it, your reverb and your echo. FX2 is your record level. Monitor 1, 2, aux 1 and 2 are not required. We do not use them. Then you will have your solo and mute button, followed by your fader and your group assignments. If it's a vocal, you'll have group assignment 1-2 pushed down. Your fader will be panned to the left side, and your pan will be panned to the left side, and your fader will be about 0 to -5. I'm not going to go into unity gain, that's a little more advanced, but this is for the dummy version. Bring up your head amp, your gain, so that when you're at 0 or -5 on the fader, you have a clear, discernible signal coming through the main house speakers. Okay? Instruments are on same thing. You do the exact same thing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The only thing that you do differently is that pan, you will pan out to the right. You will still select group assignment 1-2, but you'll pan it to the right. Once again, you will bring up the gain and the fader to 0 and the gain up to where you can hear a signal coming out. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is that towards the 3/4 of the way to the right side of the board, there is your master and your subgroups. Subgroup 1 are vocals, subgroup 2 are instruments, subgroup 3 are drums, and subgroup 4 are your speaking mics, Pastor John, your teacher, whoever's preaching that weekend, the handheld mic, whatever. So anyway, you want to make sure that those are at 0 or just below 0 in order for you to get any sound out. Okay? So, recap real quick. Vocals, Group assignment 1-2, pan to the left. Get instruments, subgroup 1-2, pan to the right. Drums, they're over on the far right hand side of the board. I'm majorly speeding. You will already should have selected the 3-4 for the group, and then they will be panned to the left. For the overhead and kick mic on the drums, they are condenser mics. Do not turn on the 48 volt phantom power that is on the board. I will cover the reason for that later. Once you have a mixed signal coming out to your house, you should be good to go, ready to run service. It may not be perfect, but it'll be what you got.